I know I said in my release calendar video that my wallet was thanking me that I don't have too much that I was planning to get this month, but that didn't make the choosing my top 5 most anticipated releases of this month any easier. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. So very excited that you're here. I can't believe it is June, that we are in the middle of the month. I'm like, wow, time is flying, but I'm really excited for today's prompt. That is the beginning of a new month, and so I'm gonna be talking about my top 5, though I'm sort of cheating a little bit because I have more than 5 of my most anticipated releases. One of them, going ahead and jumping right in, though it's more of an honorable mention, definitely is number 1 though, would be Veil. Now the reason I am not going to technically feature Veil or talk about it is because technically I already featured this in a previous video talking about my most anticipated releases. In fact, I even did the thumbnail of Veil for that month because I thought that's when it was releasing, but then Veil got pushed back, though we definitely should be getting it. I have not gotten my pre-order shipped as of filming this video, and I'm like, please, I have already seen somebody have their copy out in the wild, so I'm like, I know it's real, I know it exists, I know it's coming. I've just got to be patient and patiently wait for it to arrive, and hopefully it will be here very soon. Another one that I want to just sort of do an honorable mention of is Girl Crush, and I thankfully got a review copy of this. Shout out to Fizz Media and Beneath the Tangles, a website I blog for. I was able to get a review copy because me and my friend Claire did a joint buddy review. I'll leave the link down below in case if you would like to check it out, though please be mindful it does have spoilers, so if you prefer not to have any spoilers before you read something, which I 100% get, then definitely don't check it out just yet, but maybe after you read it. This is a amazing sports shoujo manga that I would highly recommend. I absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait for the next volume. And then for my third honorable mention, I know I'm so many, I want to say A Sign of Affection Volume 11. I deeply love this series. I recently just reread Shortcake Cake. I'll have more thoughts on that this upcoming Friday during my reading wrap-up video, but after reading Shortcake Cake, I really want to go back and reread A Sign of Affection. That is one of the few series that I get it, and then I read it, and then I reread it again because I just adore that series. But y'all, I don't really remember what happened in volume 10 because I feel like the wait has just been so long, and I'm like, I think I remember how it ended, and so I was a little bit hesitant to actually say or put this volume in my top 5, even though I am really excited for it. I do have my copy pre-ordered. I actually think that this one has been shipped and it's on its way, but as a film in this video, it has not arrived yet. I don't even know if it's gonna arrive the day they say it will, because I'm like, you in another state right now, buddy. I don't know if you're gonna be here on time, and I don't know what has been happening. Typically, I hardly ever have issues with my packages from Books A Million, but several of my pre-orders have been held hostage at a variety of locations, and I'm like, please, not with this one, because there's 2 other things that have been shipped with it, but I don't remember what they are. Sad to say. I just know the Sign of Affection is in there, and I am really excited to see what is going to happen next. I have loved the development of Yuki and Itsumi's relationship very much. I think this series shows that you can have a couple and show their life of them coming to live together, not just when they get together and like, oh, nothing's exciting anymore. Like, no, we are seeing that gradual progression of their relationship, and I have loved it. I have been thriving and very excited to see what happens next. But I'll be rereading the previous volume to make sure that I am up to date and fresh in my mind of what is going down. But now we could jump into the official top 5 here. These are in no certain order, but for number 1, I am saying Plus Size Misadventures in Love. I am so excited that we are getting this physically printed. This was a huge win for me this year. I think the news came out earlier this year. I love the cover. I love that bright yellow. It is speaking to my heart, and I am thrilled to be back in this series, though I feel like that's not fully true because the series is available digitally on Manga Plaza, I believe it is. I went on there a long time ago and I read whatever free chapters that they had. Absolutely loved it, but I'm like, well, I don't want to pay to read more of this, and so if it ever gets physically printed, I will definitely get it, and that time is now. It's about a young woman who gets, I think, into a car accident, and she experiences amnesia. She finds out, or is discovering that who she was before the car accident and who she is after is very different. Before, she thought she was very overweight, she thought she was super ugly, she thought that she shouldn't even be here anymore. Well, the new her after this accident thinks she's super cute, super energetic, and just she's just a fun person and is living this very optimistic and very positive life now. But the people around her are not exactly on board with this change. At least I remember at her job that they seem seem sort of sus, like that something was going on there, you know what I mean? And hopefully everything is okay with her because she really is this wonderful person. I loved how she thinks she's so cute because she is really, really cute. I know that there is a blooming romance that folds on later, which would make the title make sense. And I'm really, really excited because I think maybe we briefly met him in like the first or second chapter. It was very brief, but I was like, this is the male lead. I'm on board and I'm shipping already. So I cannot wait to actually read ahead, hold this series physically in my hands. For number 2, I am saying Honey Lemon Soda Volume 9. I absolutely love the previous volume. Was really upset with the adults. So I'm like, adults, please stay out of the conversation, stay out of the situation, just stay out, just stay out. But oh my goodness, so a part of why I really loved Volume 8 is because obviously we know how Uka feels about Kai. Like that is very obvious right from the beginning, and like the progression, like we see her feelings, which makes sense because she's the main female character and we're seeing inside of her head and everything. But for Kai, I feel like it has been harder to see how much he really likes Uka. What does he like about Uka? And I felt like Volume 8 really just answered that question. Like if there was any doubts in my mind, it was completely addressed. And I was like, yes. I was like, Kai definitely is head over heels for Uka just as much as she is for him. And I was so happy and thriving to see that. And where it ended, I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm so excited to see their progression in the relationship. I hope that it is smooth sailing, even though I feel like it's probably not going to be, because I feel like just so many people are against the relationship. And I'm like, can you please just stay out? Let our little precious beans just be precious beans and be a loving couple. Like they don't need you saying negativity into their life. So I am eagerly looking forward to seeing what's going to come. I hope that all those romantic vibes are there because the romance was definitely romancing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm really excited. So I knew for certain that this is going to be in my top 5 because man, I have just been waiting for a new volume and I feel like I am just not waiting patient enough to actually get it and read it. Number 3, My Surly Hot Husband. Yes, Volume 3. I love this series. It's not the first time I read it. I read it digitally. This is one of the actual few webtoons, digital manhwa that I have actually paid more than like $1 for several chapters. I've spent much more than that. I binge read it a few years ago. I think it was around Thanksgiving. And so now I'm actually double dipping on this series and I love it so much. I feel like Volume 2 left at a huge cliffhanger and I'm loving that our female lead, that she knows our guy's secret here now, that also that they're working together and that there's so much romancing that's happening right now, but it's still seated them on board. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like the things that are coming isn't even related to the romance. It's related to, I guess you would say, one of the current antagonists or villains. And I am ready to see this man dethroned. And he's a very nicely drawn character, I will also add, but I cannot wait to see everything that unfolds with him all over again because I'm like, it's been a hot minute since I've read the beginning. I have read like a few of my favorite chapters, but that happens like much later on. But man, it is so good. If you need a heroine who takes things in her hands and has a worse reputation among the villains than the villains do like among the good guys, this is your series. This is your series because she is about to flip that bad guy's world upside down. He just don't know what's coming and I am seated, y'all. I cannot wait to be back in this series again. It is so good. For number 4, I debated at first of putting this series on here. It's one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. But y'all, it was the blurb that sold me. And that is The Eccentric Doctor of the Moonflower Kingdom, Volume 10. I don't know how much I can say on this because it would be spoilers. This is a very slow burn series when it comes to romance. In fact, it's actually been really hard to see even a hint of romance in this series. I mean, in the past few volumes, we're seeing, you know, like our leads are thinking a little bit more about the other person, showing how they care for their well-being, like if they have been separated and they were worried that they got hurt, like we're starting to see that. But the blurb is leading me to believe that maybe things are about to hit a peak point here and that things are not going to be the same after things have been said. What those things are, friends, I don't know, but I was like, I need to know. Like, this is a time where, yes, I love the series, but for a blurb to be the selling point for me, where I'm like, I will read this the same day it arrives, I feel like it's a little bit rare because typically, especially when it comes to like later volumes in the series, I don't even read the blurb. I'm like, I know the characters, I know I love these people, and that's all I need. I don't need anything else. And technically, no, I don't need anything else for this series, but when I did see it, when I was making the release calendar graphics, I was like, yes, Yes, I need this in my life and I need it right now and I need to know what the things are. So hopefully I will not be disappointed. I feel like I have a little bit more expectation than usual to be determined of what's going to be going down with that. But man, I am so excited and I cannot wait. And last but not least, for number 5, I am saying Dark Moon, the Blood Altar Volume 7. This is the final volume. And I have mixed feelings because I want the series to end, but at the same time, I don't want the series to end because I've really enjoyed my time reading it a lot. But the reason I am excited for this final volume is because the past 2 volumes, honestly the whole series, but especially the past 2 volumes, our guys have gotten no break. They have been at death's door more times than I can count. And I'm like, okay, I need the bad guy to be ultimately defeated in this final volume. If he is not defeated, I am going to scream, lose it, I don't know, but I need to see him defeated immediately. I doubt it's gonna be immediately. I just doubt it. There ain't no way, because then they wouldn't have the whole volume. But hopefully that would be really great because the romance has been gradually growing and things happen in the previous volume. And I'm like, I would love a dedicated romance chapter because it's really not a romantic series. Like, yes, it has a little bit of those vibes at times, but overall, I would not say it's a romantic series by any means, but that could change with this final volume. I would be seated if it changes in that final volume. That's why I need the final volume. Like, I am just so excited, or at least hopeful. I'm probably not going to be excited when I see these guys are hurting, they're struggling, they're injured. Where the cliffhanger left off was like really bleak, felt hopeless, and I'm just like, please, let the good guys overcome. I'm desperately needing this. I've, again, really have enjoyed this series. It's been full of action and intensity. There's often times where I forget to breathe, and I have really enjoyed all of these characters. And so I'm hoping that this final volume wraps up in this incredible, bright, glorious way that is full of everything I have been hoping. I feel like I have a lot of expectations, and that's, well, maybe I do, or maybe I don't actually, because I'm like, please let everybody live and be okay and have a happy ending. That is the ultimate end game I want for this series, and hopefully not rush in the process. I don't feel anything has been rushed thus far, so I don't really think that's going to be an issue. But man, that happy ending, it better be in store for these guys. I can't think of any other characters, well, except for maybe the characters of of the Dawn, that are more deserving of a happy ending after all the things that they have been put through, all the things that have been done to them. Please, please, please. So yeah, have high expectations for that and really looking forward to reading it, even though I know I'm going to be sad when it's over, but right now I just need to see the bad guy ultimately defeated. And honestly, I feel like I went through all these picks really fast, but I'm, as you can see, really excited for all of these. Definitely have other series and other titles that are coming. Well, just titles, not series. No binge buying series right now. Other titles that I'm really excited for. I have no doubts it's going to be an amazing month because I think last month when I read my top 5 most anticipated, when I mentioned those in my video, I loved all of those. And so like, hopefully we'll have another 5 out of 5 win for these. But let me know, what are you looking forward to reading? Or maybe out of these series I mentioned, what seems most interesting to you? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!